There's an old rule in the world of storytelling: show, don't tell. Of course, it's a rule that people frequently break. Isn't that what rules are for? And like any other sort of story form, in the world of gaming, there's a spectrum. On one hand, there are the heavy tell, don't show games. JRPGs are particularly dense in this genre. The sort of lore-heavy games with massive amounts of dialogue and characters who serve literally no other purpose but to tell you exposition. These are games that take about 100,000 hours to beat and contain about 10 hours of actual gameplay. On the other side of that spectrum is Inside. Inside is a side-scrolling puzzle platformer from Playdead, the developers who brought us Limbo in 2010, and there are plenty of similarities. As in Limbo, Inside puts you in the role of an unnamed child, attempting to escape strange forces while avoiding horrible, dismembering deaths. Inside trades in Limbo's black and white cartoonish aesthetic for a grimier, somewhat more realistic feel. Your nameless protagonist's moves are incredibly human, with lifelike precision, and lots of little details that make him feel real and vulnerable. All of this is done without giving him a face, by the way. No one, in fact, has a face in Inside. But that style choice does nothing to take away from the real investment you feel in your character's fate. The set pieces in Inside go from dreary and atmospheric to dreary and breathtaking. The overarching attitude never really leaves that of hopelessness, but the astonishing attention to the visual detail of that hopelessness really takes your breath away. And if that idea confuses you, join the club. The environments are monochromatic enough to really shock you with momentary blasts of light, spots of color, and unnerving creatures waiting to do only God knows what to your corpse. The sound design complements this sense of unease beautifully. The gentle tapping of rain, the sudden bark of a dog, and the gasp of your protagonist as he climbs and avoids death all serve their purpose of keeping you deep within the story. The music is spare, atmospheric, and apparently recorded inside an actual human skull. That one's true, look it up. And speaking of story, I cannot remember a game that told a more engaging and engrossing story while simultaneously telling you less. There is no prologue, no voiceover, nothing to read. You are given clues as to your role in the world and what you're running from, and as the game progresses, you find more and more minuscule clues that give you the occasional notion of where you are, who you are, and why you're running. I won't go into the details for two reasons. First, it really is a story that's personal enough that you should experience it for yourself. Second, I'm still mulling it over. The general idea becomes clear enough in the end, but all the details that support it are bathed in a conspiratorial shadow. It's the sort of hidden storyline that you find today in series like Five Nights at Freddy's and Dark Souls. By the end of the game, however, you have experienced a deeply satisfying journey, even if you're not clear on the specifics that brought you there. It's heart-wrenching and troubling, but also meaningful and an incredible amount of fun. Also, pretty damn weird. Like Limbo, the mechanics of Inside are simple. Jumping, running, pulling, swimming. It doesn't truly go any further than that, and it doesn't need to. Your unnamed character is responsive and controls well, and the puzzles you face are challenging without feeling like you're going to break your computer in frustration. That aspect of Inside made me think a bit of the puzzles in games like Abe's World Odyssey, albeit much bleaker. I'd almost gotten to the end of 2016 without playing Inside, and I am incredibly glad that I got to it. Without a doubt, this is one of the best game stories I've experienced in a long time, side by side with a supremely well thought out world and vision. Inside is dark and depressing and dreary, and it's an amazing journey.